website, or I should say Louis Vuitton website that turned into Murakami website. Because even if you just hit Louis Vuitton and go to the home site, the first thing you see is Zendaya. Like, hello,
Right.
Zendaya. It's like, hi, I like you. You're cool, great actress. And
Oh
then,
yeah.
all the Murakami stuff shows up, right? And I'm looking at it, and it's so funny. It's very interesting about everybody's perspective about what the launch is like. Some people are like, well, there's stuff right here. And then I was watching, I can't remember her name. She's in London. She's part of the British group. She went and to the showroom, like the store in London. Yeah, they have all this stuff here. People say it's not available. And she's like, oh, is this for display only? Well, she got to talk to a sales associate. Yeah, it's display only. So I don't know if she ended up, she's one of the few shows then who could get the pre-orders. And then I've been watching a few people, people I've never even followed before on Facebook, or excuse me, on YouTube. And they're showing their Murakamis. I got this and I got that. And they're showing like $10,000 worth of bags. I'm like,
Right.
oh,
Oh.
hi,
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 Winnie. Welcome to the
Winnie's
live
here.
stream.
Oh yes, we were behind a splash screen, so now we're back. We're here. So Winnie, did you get any scuttlebutt from the Murakami launch? Hello, Melissa. It's pretty, but you're passing on it. I went through the entire website, page by page, item by item, thing by thing. It's a Jackie, and I did know what I did. I did the, if it had, take off one of the numbers. Instead of 4 digits, make it 3 digits. Would you still buy it? And you guess what? If it was, instead of $3,600, it became $360, I'm like, yeah, I'd buy that. But
Right.
when you
Yeah.
put
Hi,
the zero
hi,
back on
Marilla.
there,
Yeah.
I'm like, 3,600. How am I going to explain this to my husband? Was the
I
second
know.
was
I
the second
know.
thing. We're both employed. We both make an income, right? So I could, James is like, you can buy what you want, but it's like, it's not fair if I spend $3,000, $4,000, which is more than my take home income for
Right.
1 month on stuff on a bag. So it's like, so like I could spend $300 on a bag, and James is like, okay, well, that's fine, we'll just eat out not as often, and we'll cook at home, and we'll buy groceries, whatever. But if I spend $3,000 on a bag, it's like, you have just used our entire budget and then some. So how are we supposed to live for the month? There's the grocery
Exactly.
budget, the electricity budget, the food budget, the
What
gas
did you
budget.
all what did you all think? Those of you who watched poor Helena's video when she opened up her Neverfull, what did you think about that?
Oh, wait, Winnie did buy something.
Looks like she
Okay, so
did.
if y'all haven't seen, if you guys haven't seen Jorgelina's video, Jorgelina opened the most beautiful Neverfull, the Murakami one, the one that I want, the pouch that Winnie wants, the bag I want. It is gorgeous, gorgeous. But she showed two little flaws that for $3,000. I don't think a pop stitch is the end of the universe, honestly, because it looked more like it was a tail end. It more looks like they just needed to melt it should have been tucked in and done differently, just quickly. I don't think it's really popped. I think it's just a tail end of a stitch that slipped out the seam.
Let's
But
hope so.
still, bad look. Bad look. And then on her pouch, there was an indent, and I'm like, please don't be a wrinkle in how they
Right.
stitched
Like
that
I was
pouch.
talking about that earlier. I mean, that was really like the backside wasn't dented, but the front side was, which made me nervous, which made me think that was a sewing machine slip where a little more pressure was put on the top than the back. And it's just wonky. And I hope that's not the case. Yeah.
And when he says, this is what I think that happens on speedy handles. I think they just didn't melt the end, or they didn't tuck it in when they did the machine stitching. But
It could
here's the
be.
thing, it still passed quality control that way.
I
It
know.
still got put in a bag, in a box that way. When those items come into the store, they are packed differently than when you get them. So when you get them, they had to fluff them, take them out of their shipments, put them in the boxes, and then mail them to you, right?
Right.
They don't come individually. They're shipped overseas. They're in containers, y'all. They're flat packed for a reason. Um,
Hi,
Morella
Lori.
is a biggie. Oh yeah, I agree with you. I agree. But what if it's not a pop stitch? What if it's just a tail end of a straggler end of an end stitch?
Well, that's a problem.
Either way, I think she should return that bag
Right.
because at full price, 3.5 grand, that should not be that way. And while she was looking at the matching of the flowers, I was noticing that the floors along the side were misaligned, and that doesn't
Yes.
bother me. But some people are very OCD about that. And again, when you spend brand new prices for premium items, you want extremely. This is not your $10 Walmart bag, y'all. This had four numbers, and four numbers is a lot of hours worked in my world. You know, it's
I
like I
would
have to
bend
work a
that
whole month.
stitch. I would bend that
Mhm.
stitch. I mean, I'm sorry, I would burn that stitch very quickly. And I would also take a blow dryer to the pouch and see if it'll lay flat, just heating it up just a little bit.
Well,
But
see,
that's what I would do.
When he says they're sold out, yeah, they're sold out. But here's the thing: do you accept the inferior product, or do you say, "Will they? Okay, did they say, oh, I'm so sorry, it's sold out. I'm sorry this happened to you. We'll give you a 10% refund if you keep the item." No, they're not saying that. They're saying, well, you can return it, but we can't give you another one. And because it's Louis Vuitton, they're not going to give you your money back either. They give you a credit.
Right.
I'm like, because this happened to Ed Braun. Ed went to go get his order item that he ordered, and unfortunately, when he went to the store, it didn't fit. It was a bracelet, and it was not the right fit on him, which is something that's difficult to do because it's a canvas bracelet. Canvas, unlike leather, does not stretch. It must fit. So he had to return it, and there's nothing in the Murakami collection that he could pick up because everything had sold out. Nothing was available. Even though he went out to go pick up his order, it didn't fit. There is no, here's your money back. No, here's your credit back. So he ended up getting something else. I'm sure he'll show it on his channel. But I was just like, oh man, that's so disheartening because now he didn't get the thing he wanted out of the collection, and it out of the whole, and he still spent money on something, which is fine, you know. Um,
Hi, Ronnie, and everybody that's come in that I've missed, like Morella and Lori and um, Monica and Jeanette and Millie. All right. Okay. I think we've mentioned everybody.
hey,
I did not
Lori,
know that about Ed. I did not know. That's new. That's news
he,
to me.
well, I wasn't supposed to probably share that. I was probably spilling the tea a little bit on that one because it's so topical. Yeah, Lori, he didn't take it home. He went to the store to get it, right? And I'm sure he'll talk about it and he'll show you what he got instead, which I'm not saying because I'm not going to spoil it. But he was a little disappointed that he didn't get anything from the Murakami drop because he wanted it, you know. And so I have had some serious FOMO for this collection, which is weird because when it first came out way back in the dark ages when I was in college, I didn't want it. I was busy finishing college. I was busy trying to get my work and bought a new car, and I Louis Vuitton was not on my radar of things to do in life at that point. Getting a new bag, I was trying to get out of my dad's house. I was like, I need to pay rent. I need to make money. you know.
Winnie, I
So
didn't have any problem, but I know people did have some. I wonder if they restock or release more that they held back. I think this was well orchestrated. They had to know how many pre-orders they had, and they had to know how many pre-orders they were turning away.
oh, so Lori, she says she has been able to get her money back when she's had returns at LV. That's interesting. I've heard the opposite from most people is that they don't give you money back, is give you credit. Hey, look, Sage. But so let me tell you
Hey,
my
Maria.
conspiracy theory. This is Jackie's alleged. There's nothing factual. I know nothing. This is just me speculating. I honestly think that the pre-leak, was orchestrated
Oh, it
because
had to be.
all those images are given to your essays. And I'm sure corporate tells the sales associates, please don't share this with your clients, but don't share them publicly. Well, as soon as
Right.
you share them with your sales associates and they share them with their clients, it is out of your control. Corporate, it's like, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, it's out of your control. So it got shared and leaked because people were like, oh my gosh, look at this, look at this, look at this. And then I think what happened was people heard, oh my gosh, there's these things, and you can only get it if you pre-order. So people rushed to pre-order. They oversold the collection point blank, just oversold it. Sold everything they had already pre-produced. It doesn't mean they can't catch up to production. It doesn't mean in a month they'll have everything you want, but it means that right now it's sold out. Because how many people have said, well, nobody really likes LV anymore. Remember when everything used to sell out and now nothing's selling out and they have stuff from last year right here and it's just not as big as it used to be.
Here,
Look at
let's
the
get to
dog.
what Winnie said here. They created a good deal of FOMO, so they're going back to the pre-COVID LV.
Yeah, yeah,
All right.
yeah.
And
They
then,
yeah,
of course, the leak was planned, says Lori.
totally.
The pics were too good and doesn't work for LV. He's
Well,
privy
I
to the leak
don't.
stuff. Okay.
What happened to Winnie BLV and what happened to Missy's luxury and makeup? They both had limited release. Their essays from Coach, both different essays, different parts of the world, said, hey, this is a limited release. Do you want to get this very special Valentine's drop, blah, 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 whatever it was? And they both bought it. They both did a video on it. And turns out it was on the website, perfectly available. They did not make only 100 items. They had them if you wanted them. And then the essays came back and says, I am so sorry. We just told you what we were told. And I
They
believe
lied
that.
to the essays.
Also, they if the companies can lie to their sales associates, what makes you think that LV doesn't do the same thing to their sales associates? They're telling them what they want you to hear, and then they're like, "Oh yes, buy this," and then people are like, "I have to have this from this collection," and then you say, "Well, you know." And then you get it because you want anything from the collection, you know.
Hi, Chris. Hi, Apple Blonde.
When he says, "Let's
Oh,
not talk about that
you won
fiasco."
Apple Blonde. I heard you announced on Kaz's channel. I guess you won something from 5 Foot Nothing. That's cool.
Oh, Chris, how cold is it? I have to go up to your part of the world this week. Um, what do you mean cold? I don't want cold. Today was 70 degrees where I'm at. You know,
Where you headed?
way up by near Texarkana.
Oh, North
Yeah,
Texas.
so yeah, we're doing some field work. So not tomorrow, but Tuesday we'll be driving up there.
Ew,
Oh
32.
God. Okay, so that freaked me out, y'all. I went over to the outlet today. You guys would be so proud of me. I've had so much FOMO with shopping and bags and stress and everything that I went to the Dooney outlet and then I went to the Coach outlet. And guess who bought nothing?
Going down to
I didn't even take
27,
photos.
Jackie.
Oh no! As long as it's not snowing, cold is fine as long as it's not wet. Cold I can handle. It's the snow and ice I don't want. But yeah, so I went through the entire Louis Vuitton website. I went there, I looked at all the bags. Like, Jackie, if you had all the money in the world right now and you could buy whatever you wanted, what would you buy?
That's fun to
And
play. That's a fun game.
you're never ever going to believe because I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I would buy the men's Boss Fur wallet. It's not a wallet, it's like a bag wallet. I have the Louis Vuitton Boss Fur bag from way back. I prefer a lot of the men's collection. I always have. There's also a messenger bag,
Uh-huh.
and then and on the women's collection side, there is another messenger. I really want the delightful, or is it called graceful? Graceful is the one they have still. I love that bag, and it turns out I really just like the older. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Soft Speedy 30. Soft Speedy 30 and with the black leather and the monogram canvas. I would buy that bag.
I love Philly
Yeah.
apple blonde. Yeah, that
Yay!
black, yeah, soft like that. Now I had the black Speedy,
Hmm.
um, but and I probably should have kept it because it had my two favorites on the pocket. You know, the two prominent colors were purple and chartreuse. So it looked really
Oh,
good.
yeah. Yoda unboxing. Okay, so the soft Speedy that Glory that Yoda has is not the one I want. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong one. I want the one that doesn't have the metal corners. I think she has the soft trunk. I want the one that's actually called the soft Speedy, and it's a little bit different. Hmm. I
I
gotta go back
can't.
to work tomorrow. Oh
You're going to be
no.
overwhelmed with emails. Not that I know what you
Yeah.
do. Exactly. I don't know what you do, but I'm sure you will be. Keith is
Oh, she has
never
both?
left like again with her.
Lori. Oh, and if you guys ever watch Yoda, she's selling her souffle, or if that's what it's called, the bag. Why would they call? I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but why would they call it a souffle? Because isn't a souffle a pastry?
I don't think.
I'm just
Well, maybe it looks like a pastry.
yeah. Oh, Chris, that's funny.
um. Oh, you work in risk management. You know what? That'd be a fun job actually for me. That's something I could do for the
Really?
OR.
Oh my gosh! I hope you got a good deal, and I hope you love that bag.
Yay!
Bonnie? Yes,
That bag
Lloyd
was cute.
Paddington.
And I went and found another couple of cute bags after you talked about that one. So yeah, you can get some nice Chloe for a good price.
And I think they're about to go back up into a boom again. So I think if you do want a Chloe, go find one now. They've kind of been on a down slump, but I think it's about to turn. Based on what I'm hearing people say, $70?
I don't
No,
think it's fake. It's probably not
I
fake.
don't think it's fake. Yeah,
That's
I'm
about what
telling you,
some are going
people.
for.
Yeah, I'm saying under 125, and that's normal. Anything over 125, and you're paying too much. Um,
How, what, why, where,
yeah.
and when of it all.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a good one. Maybe I'll just do that. I can do
So when
that
I went to
without going
the
back to school. It's
oh,
probably
I did actually buy something today, though. I did buy a bag. I went to the Under Armour place and I was able to buy a sweatshirt and what do you call those? Like yoga pants? Not yoga pants, they're athletic pants. They're like you're supposed to run like yeah, like I'm gonna run anywhere. No, no, no. But because it's gonna be 30 degrees next week, um, I have to wear something under my jeans in field work if the windshield's too high. So I bought some athletic pants to put underneath my denim so I could be in the field and the sweater to go underneath my field shirt because I don't have the right field jacket, which I didn't order yet because normally in Texas it's like 100 degrees, not 30. So I bought some and some socks. I needed some socks. So that's what I had to buy practical things. I spent $50 on practical things. I would much rather have bought the bag. Much rather.
actually, Winnie, that's a good idea. I'm going to see if I can just take some risk management courses because I can do that in the OR because I've written so many risk management or reports for risk management that I understand. I understand it. How did everybody like Vlogmas? Not mine in particular, but do people enjoy Vlogmas?
I really liked Vlogmas that Cassie did. So what she did was a one week of vlogging in one video at the end of the week versus vlogging each day. That was really cool. I liked that.
Yeah, that was a good
But
idea.
but my analytics okay, so October, November, my views tanked. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. December, my views went up. I thought they would go down because people would be watching all the vlogs. But
Yeah, but I mean, people have time to watch a lot, so it's okay.
mhm,
And people are still
yeah.
going to watch your stuff if they're going to watch your stuff. I
True.
enjoyed doing it so much. I know I didn't do a good job at it because I didn't plan it, that I've already started next year's. And I'm going to take a tip from Nancy and I'm going to do a giftmas once a week while I do
Oh,
Vlogmas.
Nancy's, I love.
I do
Okay,
too.
those
And
are
it's a
the,
good idea. And I'm going to fully credit her because I think it's a good
I
idea.
love watching Nancy when she does her vlogs because she always involves her dogs, which is what I loved about Autumn's vlogs. I am a pet stalking YouTuber. If you're a YouTube person and you have pets, I want to see your pets. Like I think it's
He's,
Romina
here's some of
has
mine. Some of
rabbits,
mine are on the screen. Here, let's light them up.
but they're all green. Do they have names?
Well, yeah, they have names.
Well, I mean
They're
like
all the
names, not their plant names, but their you name your plants.
Some have names, some have not earned names. You don't want to get too attached.
That's true. If
Nancy
I was
and
ever,
James Jam was good. Yes.
I love
Yes.
James.
Love
Love
bombing. The gifts
bombing.
exchange is so bad. Oh.
Ooh. Okay, so the gift exchanges were a little tough this year, and what
Yeah.
I got for Christmas videos were a little hard to watch. Mainly because
I
my
didn't
Christmas
watch
was
them. I
really
stopped
bad.
watching them.
My my Christmas was really, really bad. I had a
So was
really
mine.
difficult time. I was at the hospital most of it, so watching what I got for Christmas, I think I liked it better when I think Sophie Shohet did hers, and she showed the little things that her family had given her because her family they don't give luxury gifts, right? Yes, her husband gave her a Fendi bag, but that was just one bag, right? Most of the stuff she was showing was like sweaters and like I don't know tea or something that her family had gotten her. That's cool. That's what real families do. You know, not everybody
Yes.
is going to
I
give you a
remember Winnie did
$3,000
one,
bag.
and hers was
Yeah,
normal stuff too. Yeah. She even
yeah,
kind of said it in
yeah.
the
So
video. Yeah. I
we
mean, in the
have to
title.
normalize that getting a sweater for Christmas is fine. It doesn't have to be Chanel. And I think that's one of the backlashes from this Christmas was so many people showing my $20,000 Christmas haul or that one TikTok family that showed 300 bags, three my children opening up 300 gifts or something. Oh my God,
Oh,
those poor kids.
yes.
Oh, I mean, that's exhausting. When you have to take breaks between opening things. Chris says I saw a person get 50,000 cash
Cash.
and gifts on top of that. Oh yeah, yeah. It's just like,
It's in
eh,
bad
mhm,
form. Bad form.
yeah. And it's really hard when you see that on media, any media, to then when your family gives you what they can afford, which might be a coffee cart or with a coffee mug, which isn't a
Right.
gift, it's a normal gift. And they think, oh, and it's interesting because I talk to my coworkers, right? And they have kids. I don't have kids. So I was talking to my coworker and he has two kids and they're teenagers. So I said, hey, what do your kids want for Christmas? And his son wanted an Oculus. And I looked at him like, aren't those like $400? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh. So, what are you actually giving your kids? Because no, we're not giving you a $400 gaming system on top of the one you already have. So he did tell me afterwards. He said that they gave them activity things that made them do things that weren't just gaming. I'm sure the kids would have wanted the Oculus, but dude,
Smiling Cats Couture
thank
says, be right back. Seattle
you.
SA from LV helping me get the perfume I wanted. Excellent. Hello, Aaron. I missed you. There's a Diet Coke. And hi, he
James is
can't
saying
hear me,
hi.
but hi, James.
Jolie says hi. Everybody says hi. The puppies are very glad you're home. They didn't bark as crazily as last time. They were much happier. They actually
Did any of them lay in the puff?
Wednesday did, and Pugsley was under the desk. Yeah. So whew. Oh, hey, so Lori, what? Oh, okay. She's bringing right back.
Yeah.
Okay. If I could buy anything from the Murakami drop, anything, like anything, that blue capucine with the hands. Oh my God, I think is gorgeous.
Oh, I
And
didn't
I don't
see
even
it.
like the
Do you have
capucines.
a picture of
And
it?
then I can find one, and the Trap Rev Murakami perfume because I will keep that bottle till for 40 years. I will have that bottle empty. I will still have that bottle.
Right.
I think
It's
that bottle is
pretty.
so pretty. Yeah. Heck, I would buy somebody's empty bottle at some point. Of course, I'm sure they'll still charge 400 for it. Um, Let me see if I can find. Winnie says, "I love a T-shirt and or coffee mug. Really, those are a few of my favorite things in real life." Yes, and you
Right.
know what? I was watching one of the Secret Santa gifts, and Dawn's Donuts got house slippers. She was so thrilled to get the house slippers because she said, I needed house slippers. That is one of the few items I find that people, I don't care how wealthy you are, how much you have, people just forget to buy them and they don't rebuy them. And that's one of the few things I can give people really nice house slippers and they all love it. No one's ever said, oh, I hate these house slippers. Um, Let me see if I can find a photo for you. My,
Aaron would love to see a pic, and I'm going to put
yeah.
Chris's question back up here. For people who have LV perfume, how long do you think it lasts?
I have these two samples and I have to spray in the morning and then halfway through the day. It is not long wearing at all.
Okay.
Even on clothes. Um on me anyway. It's not long wearing at all. But it smells so good. But that's fine. If
Yeah,
you don't
they
like a
do smell
super
good.
if you don't like a beast mode, it's a personal scent, right? It's not something it's for you to enjoy. You know, they're not gonna know you in the next room over. So there's a lot of people who like that. So I don't think having a low longevity is a problem. Just spray it
He
again,
means like
you know?
over like how long will a bottle last someone?
Oh. Oh, when you would know.
Winnie,
Winnie.
if you used your LV every day for the regulars, you mean the regular bottle, the big one like that?
Mhm.
How long would that last? Anyway.
Well, that's because don't you use the extrait? Because I don't. I'm talking about the one I'm wearing right now is this um Lumicite. This one lasts longer than the Trap Rev. I have to spray twice. Every 3.5 ounces will last about 8 months. Wow, and that's with daily use. That's pretty dang good. Um,
There
3.5
you go.
ounces.
That's
Kidding
not
me?
bad.
I'm trying to find this Capucine for y'all. Is it underneath mini bags? I don't know. It's just easier to scroll, to be honest. Oh, that on the go panda is really cute too. I have to admit, I like the panda. And did you see this? They're bringing out the cabas again, the mezzo and the piano, and
They
they
are?
relaunched it again. Yeah, they've changed the strap a little bit, but it's the same bag, and it's just called the same thing.
I have the piano cabas still over here,
Hmm.
and I traded you the
Uh-huh.
mezzo,
Yes.
Mezzo. That is a fantastic bag
Well,
because you can
apparently
zip it
they're
and throw it behind your shoulder and throw it behind your body.
okay. I'm just gonna have to type in Capucine.
I'm just gonna laugh at you, Maria, and not read that.
Okay, the one that I like, and there's a couple of them, but the one that if money was no object and I just had this is an $8,000 bag, y'all. $7,500. Um, Soak up the scent and oh, okay. Maybe it's because I'm using the small sample. The spray is just less. Um, what Winnie is saying. So this is okay. Move over. Try to get a larger picture for y'all.
I wish I could make you
I
larger, but it doesn't work that way. I can only make myself larger.
okay.
I'm trying all the buttons.
This. Do you see that?
Wow.
I hate
Yeah.
everything about this bag when it comes to the function, construction, how its interior is made, how you use it. This is the epitome of fussy. party bag that's not very functional. But oh my gosh, is this the most beautiful bag you've ever seen? This is art. I would buy this to put it on my shelf. It's $7,500 of just gorgeous art. And guys, let me show you what the inside looks like. So this is a little bit of a squatter. Look at this. Look at this. See how it's divided?
Oh.
That's what I hate. And they have to do the division so that it pleats the way it pleats. But then look at the art in there. I mean, freaking gorgeous. Gorgeous.
That
And
is
the
that
hand
is
emblem,
so pretty.
I know, 7.5 grand. I'm like,
But see, the problem with that, it's beautiful. It's absolutely awesome. But that's not a bag I would use.
So yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. It's art. So now my game is take off of zero, right? So for $745, I would buy that bag. I would figure out how to buy that bag. But for
Right.
$7,500, I'm like, I can't buy that bag. I can't. There's no way. I mean, my last car cost less than that bag.
Mm. Is
The one before this one. Yeah.
our Luxational and Winnie Stone sisters?
Yes, they both unfortunately have the same afflictions.
Hey, Stone sisters.
And they have another one in the Murakami collection that I just think is just stunning. The Carryall in black, which is the one that Dale's Addiction has, but it's a smooth leather, and that's different. That is different. Let me see if I can find the photo of that one, because that one's really a different look for them, a different texture too. Carryall.
Congratulations, Maria. It was for this, Jackie.
This one. So this one's for $4,000. But you need to see this. Okay. Do you see how? Look
Hi,
at
La
the.
Condesa
Okay,
Latina. We're looking at
it
some
is.
LV.
It's a smooth leather. Hey,
Yeah.
focus. Focus on my phone, not my
Yeah.
fingers. Focus there.
I can see your eyeball. Move your eyeball out of the way. There you go. I can't tell what that shape is on the bag.
It is a triangle. It's a carryall. It's not focusing. It doesn't like it because it's black. Hold on. Let me see if I can do that. There we go. That's better.
Oh, I
So
see. Is that a
So
oh,
the side strap, yes, has
yeah.
that's what makes it so interesting. And the leather is smooth leather. It looks awesome. So it's just a touch of Murakami. And for $4,500, I thought, well, that looks awesome. That's not outrageous. And only it says it's bad addicts, because the 4 grand is still a hell of a lot of money, guys. You know, it's a
Lux,
lot of money.
are you referring to how you were treated at the hospital? Oh my gosh.
Um,
Well, I don't even want to. I'm glad I don't have them. Let's please never get them. Um, so I
no
had
Joe Lux. Yeah.
our little text group earlier today. I had them type something into eBay and then tell me what they found. Should I go ahead and type it in there?
Yes.
Those nurses will give me a sweet Jesus shot and send me on my way. Hi, Alyssa. All right, I'm going to type in the word and I want you guys to go into the browser. Don't leave, if come back and tell me what you find. I want you to type this into eBay. This is what I want you to type into eBay. I'm sure the nurses do love you, Wendy. You have a sense of humor. It's always nice to have a patient that has a sense of humor. Yeah, I don't blame you, Lux.
I did this.
Go get drugs.
I did this exercise at Jolie's having y'all do, going to eBay and putting in that um, descriptor, and I spent an hour browsing. Hmm. Hey, Keith. Yep. So of all those people complaining about not finding the working, this is
There
how
it
you find the
is.
working.
They loved my ass. She is high. Yeah, fake Margos. There's also wellies and there's canals and there's some
I spent like a good
Lori.
hour.
There's some Lori Kirch, and there's even some Moach bags
What's Moach?
or Foch.
Oh, yes, I did see that. I saw that. Yeah. I just love the drama behind it. I just love the drama behind stupid working. It's like, y'all, it's the dupe bags. They've been making dupe bags and as soon as a designer has made a bag, there's a dupe. Did you ever watch the movie way back with Fred Astaire and um, Audrey Hepburn called Funny Face? That entire movie was about a fashion house going to Paris Fashion Week to get ideas and inspiration to reproduce it in America.
Aaron,
Serious,
Aaron,
seriously. And
Aaron's
so
calling
I'm
them
like,
Jerkins. Sorry.
China.
Keith, I've heard that sometimes they photograph a genuine Birkin and Photoshop the brand out. Yeah, the actual bag you see won't look anything like the posting. I think you're correct. Yes, Maria, nobody wants an angry dud. I'm sorry, Jackie. I remember the title of that movie, but I do not remember what it's about. I could just
It was
message
one of
me.
my favorite movies. Yeah. I used to be a huge Audrey Hepburn fan and watched all of her movies.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this whole concept of
Text
getting
me the name
inspiration
later.
from.
I'll watch it because I
Okay.
like watching Audrey Hepburn movies too.
Rory says,
She's got some perfume coming from. She says, Winnie, Becca just messaged me and I was going to buy from Seattle. SA. I'm getting it from Becca. She always takes care of me. Now, isn't that the same one that Winnie uses?
mm-hmm. So does Autumn, and so does Yota.
All right. Hi, Grace. Welcome in. We were just talking about, and we just went through a little exercise about with Churkins, according to Aaron. All right. If I ever buy from them again, Winnie, then I'll go through her too and tell her that you sent me. And hopefully, if you sent all of these people to her, you should be getting some gifts. You know what I mean? I also heard they poached a previous Hermes craftsman to show them the techniques and how they are made. I'm guessing an unhappy ex-employee might be willing to share the info. Well, yeah, probably.
Any industry does that.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Mm.
poaching.
Selena says that the Murakami cherries is the only one I might want to really get, but I doubt the price will be right. I'm kind of wondering. Okay, so I remember the 2000s. As I said, I was in college. And we remember all the celebrities carrying this bag. We also remember everybody stopped carrying the bag. So I'm kind of wondering how long we're going to see people running around with rainbow bags. Or is it going to be one of those things they just put on the shelf to say, I have one, and it's a one and done?
I had a wallet, I had a white Speedy, I had the black Speedy, and I had an agenda, and I sold every bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't use, I mean, I carried the black. I have pictures of me carrying the black the black Murakami colors. What was the name of that bag with all the colors on it? Um, the only time I carried it was Halloween.
What Christiana is saying about a bag of its time, that is honestly how I feel about the Marc Jacobs, the tote bag. I feel like that bag will be very dated to 2025, 2024.
Right.
People are going to talk about that bag in 5 years. Oh, remember that bag in the 2020s, the tote bag? Everybody had the tote bag. I
Hi,
have a feeling it's not
Jorgelina.
going to age
Were your
well.
ears burning? We were talking about you earlier. You were in part of the first subject that we talked about tonight. We talked about your Murakami
Mhm.
unboxing. Oh yeah, multicolor, Keith. Thank you.
Mainly Jorgelina, because I'm super FOMO. I want the bag you have, but I'm not willing to spend the money on it. But I want it. So, I'm fulfilling prophecy here. Or self-fulfilling prophecy.
Luxational says, hi, whore. Oh, Orlina. Okay.
Keith says, remember the Marc Jacobs stand bag? Yep. Everyone in the New York City had to have it. Well, there's I've been watching a lot of YouTubers talking about it used to be when a bag came out like the or the Celine luggage bag, or the city bag, or the stand bag. There was an it time everybody had to have that bag, but they said that doesn't really happen right now. Although you could say that the Marc Jacobs the tote bag is that bag. You know.
Smiling cat. Lori says, more perfume coming your way, Jackie. That's
Oh my
nice.
gosh! Thank you.
Honest,
Oh my
my
god, you're the
family calls me
bestest.
whore all the time, but it doesn't sound like whore in Spanish. It's whore. I don't like the totes that say tote. It's too
I
ironic
love the
for
shape of
me.
the bag. I love a boxy tote. I do. I love a boxy tote. I love it. I even I absolutely love a boxy tote. I mean, look at
Keith,
this. Look behind. Boxy Rogue, boxy Michael Kors bag, boxy working. Right up there
Keith,
is a boxy
I would wear that sweater and I would wear a t-shirt that said t-shirt on it. And I
what?
would wear
Oh,
socks that say socks. I love that. The generic food brand where it's white with black writing or black with white writing. If it just said t-shirt, I'd wear it. Does it look like I have something in my teeth? Oh, do you mean no, I'm fine. Didn't do anything but drink some ginger ale.
I'm eating tamarind.
It just reminds me of that movie Repo Man from the 80s where they were drinking the beer and it just said beer because they were not going to do any advertisements in the movie. Days of the
Did anybody
week.
do anything fun this weekend? Like, what did people do? I love tamarind. This is tamarind with uh, what's it called?
With chili.
Hmm. So good.
I'm about to have me another donut. She's she's relaxing over there after her ordeal with kidney stones.
Oh wow! People actually go ice skating in Central Park. I thought that was
Ooh,
just in
neat.
movies.
I'll buy the pouch if it'll make you feel better about it. There you go, Winnie.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome to put your 2-year-old in skates. That's so cool.
Yeah. I love reading what they're saying. Grace, fashion is stranger wear. Okay. But then again, I guess I'm supposed to be.
Okay, you guys are cracking up, Jolie. Um, it's the Woman's
Okay.
Rink in Central Park. First time I've done it too. Nice. It was like a movie, but very crowded. Yeah, see, I've never been ice skating, and at this age in my life, I will never be ice skating. I'm too terrified to break things. I've already broke bones. I don't want to try again. You know, um, now I want to donate. She,
Same.
Keith, is the
Oh
marketing
yeah.
tote bag looks like a nice Asian lunch bento box tote. Yep.
Nice square.
Yeah. So I was actually looking at all the bags at Dooney, and I was looking at all the bags that were out in Coach right now, and I really wasn't too inspired. I mean, they had one of the Halloween bucket totes I was really tempted to buy, but
Oh
I'm like,
wow.
am I really gonna buy a Halloween bucket tote? My sister will take it because she has kids, you know. But I'm like, oh, it'd be such a great bucket. But then I get one day out of the year, one day. I'm like, I have a cool plastic pumpkin I got for $1.70 at a Walgreens. I think that would be just fine. And you know what? I should bedazzle the plastic pumpkin with orange crystals. So I think that's going to be one of my next jobs. Buy a bunch of orange crystals to bedazzle a pumpkin.
Keith, do you like the low puzzle bag? It seems very much your style. I do like it. However, I think I would never pay
It's
that much
small.
for that little box bag.
Hmm.
I considered getting the horse, but I think I might just stick with a duty hobo. I've fallen so much in love with the Florentine leather that I wanted in all different colors and different shape bags. I love this mail bag. It's kind of perfect for the style that I like, but I would like a hobo to wear at some point, probably in I looked up the colors of Dooney that I like. I like their chestnut, their navy, their elephant, their ginger, their teal, their fuchsia, their natural, and their black. And those were all the
What's that?
colors that Florentine came in for the satchel.
Wow.
Yeah. Um, and then I want another burrow bag.
Mm,
Since
Winnie.
Miss Nancy
Winnie, girl.
Karnas sent me this one, I want it in another color, of course.
Winnie, I know you're not going to tell us what you bought because you're Winnie, but can you tell us the brand? Like, girl, you called
Oh
me
shit,
out.
I bought another bag today. Oh my god, I'm excited about it too, beaches. I've started seeing Dooney and Burke on the streets around here. Yeah, you will. Things are changing. All of their colors are nice. They are. Can't wait to find out which one, Winnie. We'll see the video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you explain that to Keith?
Mm-hmm. Florentine leather is really just I believe it's an aniline dyed. So it's still dyed, but they call it a vegetable tanned leather out of Italy. It's softer, more subtle. Normally, it's a smooth texture to it.
It's smooth,
There
yeah.
can be pebbled Florentine, but it's really just a beautiful bag. It will show scuffs and scratches. You just buff it out. Seriously, it's just some of the best leather. But bags, honestly, used to be made this way. Now it's a
Yeah.
specialty bag. You
These are
know,
like the bags that used to come out in the 80s when I was in high school.
Winnie,
You could go to
Winnie.
the
Okay, I have to interrupt. Winnie, did you go see 5 Foot Nothing's last video about her Lana 23? Girl, you might not like that bag.
yeah.
Just saying. Just saying. That bag's gorgeous.
It
Some people,
is.
it's a love or hate. It is either a love or a hate, with
It's
that
an
bag.
absolutely gorgeous bag, but when I looked at it online and I looked inside of it, I was like, nope.
Yep. Yeah. Well, see, she'll see it, and then if it don't work, she'll send it back. But
Right. And this is why I like this one. What's in there? Okay, there's crap in there because I carry it all the time, but wide open.
well, Morella, Winnie loves a mini bag. It's not too small for her.
Keith, the bag that I was holding up is the Dooney mail satchel, as in the mailman. Ah, crap. No way. It's
Hmm.
red, though.
Don't let us influence you. You're gonna, as I said,
Absolutely look alike.
Winnie, people either love it or they hate it. Very few in between. Grace, Winnie got the Lana 23 in red. But here's the thing, Winnie. If you get that bag and Carter loves it, because I think that might be a Carter bag, you're keeping it. I really do
Yeah.
think if Carter sees it, Carter's gonna take it. That is totally your kid's vibe. And if I'm wrong, tell me. But if I had to pick one for Carter, that would be one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Luna moon shape. Oh, the Lana. Another thing that I
Mhm.
want is I want a crossbody strap for my lady. I have a shoulder strap, but I don't have, I think I want to have a crossbody made. But anyway,
No, Winnie.
I'm going to get a crossbody for this year.
I think that's a
So that's a
beautiful
wish
bag.
strap. But because
Mhm.
this is the original, which is what I
Mhm.
wanted, because I had a picture, of course, Lady Diana with it, and I wanted the same bag. So I looked for the same bag. Because it's the original, the handles fold all the way down, so it makes a nice crossbody. Whereas the newer one, and it's real soft though, because it's you know it's skin. But so it makes a good crossbody, whereas the other ones are more boxy and they don't. So I want to get a crossbody for that. Oh, girl, she came and got the Hobo sparkly Coach bag. Yep, the working. Okay, so the sparkly Coach bag is hers now. Okay. I like getting my stuff from Malto, but if you found an Etsy shop that's good, I would like to see that. Definitely. And another thing I'm considering getting rid of, I have these. Can you see them?
Girl.
These, I'm not getting rid of
Girl.
these. I'm not getting rid of
Oh, thank
these.
God.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
but the strap that I use is, do you remember the favorite? I think they canceled it.
Mm-hmm. I love that bag. I
Well,
wish I bought you
I
a thousand
bought the
times.
favorite. I bought the actual favorite strap. So this is the strap from the favorite. So it has the same kind of hooky one end and then latch on the other. And I think I'm going to get rid of this strap because I don't use it anymore. And
Get
the
rid of the
reason,
strap.
yeah, it's a
Ooh,
favorite strap though. It
but
doesn't,
it's a
it's not,
strap.
yeah, but I don't use it. This is from the
But
favorite.
you don't know in the future what bag will come into your life where you're like, I should get that
Right.
strap. It's a strap. It's not going to take up that much space.
Yeah. But what I use all the time is, I think that I got this one on there on Amazon. It's this one with them. It has vachetta weaved in it.
Yeah, but I like the regular smooth leather better. Grace, I'm with you on that one. I love the bags in the men's section. There's a bag right now in the Louis Vuitton men's section
Yeah.
that I'm hoping I can buy. I don't know if I can. I'm hoping I can buy. It's the Balls for men's bag, the new smaller, like an east-west, kind of like a wallet, but it's
It
for
does look good
men.
with this
I
bag.
think, yes, it looks great with that bag. Keep it.
I wonder what year this is. I
You're
can't
on,
remember. I've had
but
everything for
but
so long.
Jolie,
This
you
is a
are looking at a bag
2007.
hoarder.
Yeah.
You know, I hoard toys
Yeah, I
this
really
way,
shouldn't take advice from
toys
you.
and bags. So I'm always gonna say buy the bag, and I'm always gonna say keep it or give it to me because
Right.
I'll keep it for you.
Yeah,
Um,
but I gotta sell some stuff.
Boss for Grace.
Seriously,
Seriously
for
though,
real, for real. Anybody asks to see the Never Full America somebody is selling, you alert me ASAP.
but we
Okay.
will. I will. We
Yeah,
will, and you know
definitely.
somebody will. Somebody will.
And I thought about selling this one, but I look for what people are selling it for, and I'm like, that is ridiculous.
It's stupid money. I
It's
think
stupid money.
Meredith is looking for that Strauss.
I love
Yeah,
the I wish I had the Speedy and I should have got
I
it.
think doesn't Autumn have that one?
She has the pochette, yeah. And then this is the one, of course, I use most because this turns into my catch-all all the time
Mm-hmm.
inside my bags. And also, I've taken this many times by itself, like out to Disney and stuff.
That's why they're so popular. And they only used to
Yeah.
be a couple $100. Now they're not. You know, so it's like great. Actually, the bag I'm using today, I'm using tomorrow because I left it packed up in the other
Hi,
room. So
Jennifer.
I was gonna go out. Also today I actually did go out. I went to church. Yay me! I actually made it there. And then because today is actually a big day in the if you are Christian, it's the Epiphany Sunday. So it's kind of a big deal. The three kings, show
Three
up and
Kings,
it's
yeah.
the big deal. So
What's the
anyway,
heck on?
I made it to church, and then I went up to the outlet, and I stopped by Panera Bread. Now, I don't normally get food at Panera Bread, but what I love at Panera Bread is their sourdough bread. I just order a loaf of it, have them cut it up, and brought it home because I have turkey. I'm making turkey sandwiches for the week. So that was my good deed for the day, you know.
Morella, I was looking at Birkins, and you know how if you click on one, if you click on one and you have like and you're reading about it, down at the bottom of the page is where one of those came up. So I went down and clicked on it, and then I read it, and then I was like, lychee. So then I typed that in, and that's how I found that.
It's so funny. Well, Keith is asking how my insane Saturday went. We went to the nursing home, we went to the hospital, we went and had lunch, came home and took a nap, and then went and had dinner with our friends at this awesome Bavarian restaurant. Well, it's not Bavarian, it's actually German, but it's not from the Bavaria side, it's more towards the French side. It's called Alpine, and it was really fun. So we went and hung out with some of my oldest friends, told them what happened, about with James's mom. And then today, we picked out an urn. So, and here's the thing, guys. We use the same place that we cremated my father at. So the same urn choices are the same urn choices, right? I said, "Oh, isn't that the one we got Dad?" And James says, yes. I says, I really like this other one better, but that's not really your mom. So we had to ask, we asked the family member, and we all voted on the same one. Seriously. It's like, oh, I guess we all found
I
the
guess
one we
that's the
liked.
one.
And it's,
Yeah.
yeah. So we picked out her urn, and I think money was moved over and transferred to pay for the cremation and stuff. So now the best thing we're doing or the next thing we're doing, other than the normal, it takes, when you have a death, it takes months and months to clear it up. We're in no rush for anything. Just for the entities and all the banking situation to get straightened out, and tax situation, it's gonna be a nightmare. But we're trying to figure out when we go take her urn up to her sister. So we don't want to keep it. The brother We're not keeping it, but we're going to take the urn up to her sister to hang out with her because that was her closest relative and closest friend. Is them. So we'll see.
Good
So
sourdough is to die
that's what my
for.
week is like. Oh yeah, the sourdough, Jennifer, the sourdough at Panera Bread. They sell a country rustic loaf sourdough. I got the loaf sliced and then a large fountain drink, and it was $12. And honestly, that loaf of bread for two of us will last for a week and a half sharing. We share it with everybody. Would you like a piece of bread at the work lunchroom? Because they're like, you still have it, but there's only two of us. This is a huge loaf of bread. And sourdough bread is actually really good if you're diabetic. Something about how the sourdough part, the fermenting part. I wondered if their bread is good. Their food. Oh, this is horrible. I'm telling you, I don't eat the food at Panera Bread. I get the bread at Panera Bread.
Yeah,
They
Panera
have good.
Bread is kind of like food for people who live in a nursing home.
It's seriously. I don't think they cook food. I think they reheat food. I think it's just
Yeah,
all pre-made and reheated and then served.
yeah. Like it ships out or it comes frozen and they
Yeah.
thaw it out. Yeah.
Yeah, they have good coffee. I like the coffee at Panera Bread. I like the bread at Panera Bread. The food, Um, like I'm literally reading
Ah.
my mini Bible. Yes, it's a lower glycemic index. That's why it's good for diabetics.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yep.
Okay.
Something about fermented foods are really, really good for people who with diabetes. And now my sister, okay, you're a nurse. Tell me what you think, because I'm not sure if I believe in this hoodoo voodoo stuff. But she was telling me that if you put a teaspoon of vinegar, white vinegar, in a cup of water and drink it, it helps your digestion. I'm like, she said something, it coats the intestines. I'm like, but your stomach is full of acid. Why do we have to add more acid? I don't know if I believe in this hoodoo voodoo, but that's what she's saying. And I'm
Who's
like,
coming on here? Wasn't it Keith? I never wrote it down.
stomach sandwich had two sad pieces of.
Yeah. Wanted to throw it at the workers, but I kept my composure. Wasn't it Keith? Isn't he supposed to come on this show? Yeah. See, nobody has sent me a way for me to get a hold of you, so I can't send you a link. Okay, we will be sure and make you a banner. Here you go. We will do this, and then we'll put your name next to it. Is that enough, or do you want more?
We want you to join our live, Keith, is what she's saying.
What does that mean?
Yeah, we can't just invite you, but she doesn't have. She has to have your Instagram
I don't have
or
a
your
way. Who do
email
I
or
send it to?
yeah. So she doesn't know how to send it to you. I have your information, but you haven't let me. If you let me, I can forward it to her. I like for
For my
like for my
credits.
credits. No,
No, I
just
just
so she
need a
can
way
send
to
you a
send it
link.
to you.
Oh no, we can't send it in the
No,
chats.
no,
Nope. That means anybody who hit the link could get invited. Will just come in. It won't go in the chats. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't know these things. Yeah, no. We have to send it to either your cell phone
Cell
or your
phone.
computer
Yeah,
with email or
whatever you're going
there.
to appear on. If you're going to appear on a webcam, we need to email you so that you can open it on your computer. If you're going to just use your cell phone, then I could just message you, but that would mean your phone number. Can you open an email on your Jackie? Can you open the email on your phone and do it that way, or is it just better to text it?
I can, but you can do both.
Okay.
The phone, he can click the link on his phone, or he can click it on his email. He just has to open the email through his app on the phone, which most people do. It's just that when I stream, I connect through my computer, so I want to connect
Email.
on my email on my computer. But anyway, Jolie.
So anyway, and just so you know, I won't text you in the middle of the night, like at 2:10 in the morning. I won't do that.
I'm so sorry. I'm so used to texting Craig at all hours, like, because he doesn't sleep and I don't sleep, and I'm texting away, totally not paying attention to what I'm doing. I put it in the group with Jolie and Winnie, mind you, and Craig. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And then and Jolie texts me on an individual chat with
Then I
Jackie.
go back to the individual, Jackie.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? Do you
Like,
need to talk? You realize it's 3:10 in the morning.
oops, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that because I text Craig like literally all night long. He's doing fine. Craig's doing fine. He's just out of town. He's visiting his kiddo. So he's actually not in where. Whoa, you know what this means? He's gonna be driving in that awful weather tomorrow. Ooh,
Oh, is he still out of town?
yeah. He's leaving tomorrow to drive back up. Yeah. I really wanted to go see him this weekend because he's closer to me than he normally is. Like where he actually lives, he's like 11 hours away from me. Where he is right now, he's only 8 hours away from me. And I so wanted to drive over there and say, I miss you, bestie. But he's visiting his kiddo. You know, it's like dad daughter time. I'm not gonna bust their relationship and say, hey, I'm your friend. Now if he was going down there to see his sister, I would go over there and say, hey, hi,
Right.
bestie. But it's to see his kid. Oh no, I wasn't going to. I want to, like, seriously, if I lived within a 6-hour driving distance of Craig, I'd be there every weekend. He would be like, bitch, get away, leave me alone.
Yeah.
It's like, but I'm not. I'm literally like 11 hours away. So, but it's like, oh, I'm learning to talk more on the phone. I am not really a phone talker. I sit on YouTube and I talk to you guys for hours, but on the phone, I don't do that. I am not a phone person. I'm a texting person. So I'm trying. That Dooney looks like Jackie's Chloe. Which Dooney? Oh, the mailbag.
The mailbag?
Chloe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I looked at that Chloe, and I found this other little cute Chloe, and there are 3 of them on eBay right now, and they're priced really well. And but I was like, nah, it's too much like the mailbag. I don't need another one.
Keith, my sister is a phone girl. Like, you would not believe. You cannot get that girl off the phone. She loves to talk. Winnie says, my daughter was in New Orleans 2 blocks from that stuff. Whoa.
I don't like that. That could have been very
That's
bad.
terrifying.
Because my daughter was in Las Vegas when they did that shooting. Thank goodness she doesn't listen to country music.
Keith, when my sister calls me, this is why I'm a bad phone person. Sure, yes.
Okay.
Did you say, yeah, what did you get, Jen? Because she's talking the whole time. And I'm just doing the sounds to keep the conversation going so she's not talking to dead air. That's why I'm a bad phone talker, because I'm not the one talking.
Do you have your Chloe bag? We need to do some performing monkey stuff. Lori wants to see them at the same time.
Wait. Shockingly similar.
Yeah.
Like, even the cinched sides.
Right? I don't have anything from Cochise, I don't think, because I don't know what that is. It is. Are you going back in time, Lori? You watching?
I think she's catching up to.
Yeah.
She's in behind time.
Okay. Yeah, they're similar colors.
Oh, The Cochise,
What are
the
Coaches?
Cochise collection that looks like the dolls, like you know how the Hermes doll collection, like they make the little googly eyes and like leather. It's really not cool. I'm not a fan. I'm not Cochise. Okay, Cochise were a blip in Coachland where they had these cute little card cases and these little bags that had the Coach
They
faces that
have
kind of mimicked the
eyes on
Hermes
them.
doll. Yeah, I know. Google it. It's a vibe. I don't necessarily. I love toys and I love dolls, and I'd have a Labubu doll bag for sure. But the Coachy bags is a step too far for me. I don't
How
even want
much?
the
How much
dolly.
you reckon these weigh? 2 pounds?
2 pounds. Well, hi thing. I have a puppy came to visit. Well, hello, puppy. Nope, puppy's
It's.
running away.
I usually don't like a heavier bag, but this is just
Two and a half
scrumptious.
pounds. I would say 2.5 pounds.
Oh, those are so
Yeah, but
stupid.
but they're not very okay. I'm a practical person. I
They're just
love art,
ugly.
y'all. I have art right here. Like this is art. That is art. I have an elephant bag, but dollies, 30K for just
Yeah, it's got
no.
little arms and the eyes and the little legs.
Yeah, they made little rogue peoples. Yeah, they did. Show us once they ran away. She came to say hi, and then she skittered off. Um,
I have a card holder of Winnie.
Winky,
Winky.
Winky. It's the
Winky.
one with the closed one. It's winking an eye, so it has a closed eye and an open eye. I want the elephant rogue, that burgundy one.
Burgundy one.
I want guys, have you seen okay, I blamed this on Brian Simpson. If you're listening, this is your fault. He showed us the Coach Ace. It's the Coach Ace? No, Coach Maggie. Coach Maggie tote. And it's an outlet bag. And then somebody on YouTube that I followed compared the Maggie tote to the LV on the go tote, and oh my god, are they dupes for each other? They really are. They are just like
Yeah.
comparable. And honestly, the Coach Maggie tote is really awesome. Of course, it's sold out. The one with the CCs embossed in it that has quilted embossing, quilted CCs or whatever. And they have it in alligator embossed, and I really want that one, or croc embossed,
The
or whatever.
Rogue. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that Birkin, Keith. I know what you're talking about.
I,
I
I'm
think
not
it
sure if I like
looks
the shadow.
I think it looks stupid, but that's just my opinion.
I like the cargo ones, but I don't like the shadow Birkin. Um, yeah, a purple Kelly beater. Girl, I have not seen a Kelly. All the pre-love bags I watch, and I watch a lot of Hermes pre-love bags. I have yet to see a
Have I told you
$8
guys?
Birkin. I've seen a heck of a buttload of beaten up garden parties and or canvas totes, but not Kelly's. It's like people get a Kelly in a Birkin and they're not beating them up. They're not even using them. They're on their shelf.
Yeah, I think most of the Kellys and the Birkins around the
Mhm.
world are sitting in a sitting on a shelf
Yeah,
somewhere.
they're living their life, their best life, sitting there looking
Ooh.
gorgeous on a shelf.
Where'd you find that, Maria? The Bayswater semi beater. I love the way that that bag looks when it gets beat up, especially in the oak. Oh, love the way that bag looks.
But the Kellys are so structured. They're so hard to beat up. You know, the only thing a Kelly is going to do in 50
Yeah, it's
years is
real.
softer with time. It's, maybe the corners will get a little bit of wear if you use the dang thing. Nobody uses, everybody says, I have this bag in pristine condition because everybody's keeping them on the shelf.
Ah, eBay. I saw some on
Everybody's
there right
cool.
now.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
love the Bayswater and oak. Yeah, there's a couple on there.
I had water. I sold it.
They're
I
like
had
six or
Olive
seven
Cut
hundred
and I sold
dollars
it.
though.
The base water? The
Well, yeah,
newer ones.
they're older. No, the newer ones are in like, aren't they like 13 grand or I mean 1,300?
Well, okay. My base water I bought older was about $300,
Right.
and
They
my
used to be.
Alexa I bought for about 350. I
How
bought
much how much are they in real life?
how much are they in real life? Yeah.
Um,
Um,
okay. On the website, aren't they around 13 to 15, something like that?
the base waters, yeah, yeah. The new ones, but the new ones are not the same as the old ones. The style is the same. The leather's not the same. The leather's a they're more. The new ones are more structured. The leather's thicker. It's more.
Yeah.
The older ones had a different type of leather. They slouched more. They were more of a
Yeah.
satchel. Yeah. Not old ones. The
Not
new
the
ones
old
are around
ones.
2 grand. The new ones are around 2 grand new. Yeah, the base water.
I
James
don't like them
Jam,
as
she
much.
has a huge luxury collection of bags, and she has all the bags. And she says her best favorite bags are the mulberry. Out
Right.
of all of, and she has some amazing bags I can only just look at. You know, yeah. Don't go bigger than a
Oh, I'm
28 for the
missing
Kelly.
what cr-
Oh, hey,
did
hey,
you get
come here,
did you get a Kelly, Grace, or did you get a Bayswater?
come on,
She was said I legit
Wednesday.
considered buying a pre-loved Kelly 28 and gold with full set.
Hmm.
Well, I got the old one.
She's just not coming. She's refusing.
Don't go bigger than
She's like, nope, I'm
28.
just checking to see you're okay.
It's amazing.
I'm just getting them some water.
I'm
I don't
trying
know what
to
she's talking about.
show her off. Oh yeah. Grace has one of the most unique and the most beautiful mulberry collection. If you have not seen her mulberry collection video, you've
Oh, I
got to go
love.
see it. She has some of the most unique ones I've ever seen. Will you pick her up?
That's the mulberry and oak is one of those,
What
and
even
the older ones for sure, is something that always goes to the back of my mind or whatever, and I never think to
Your
buy it, but
fans
I
club wants to
always have
see
loved
you.
it. Oh, that's Wednesday, isn't it?
This is Wednesday.
Can tell by the face.
This is Miss Pugs, Mr. Pugsley. Yeah. The children, the babies, the babies,
tail?
the tail. Look at this. She's like, I guess.
Did you so
She's
did you show James the little short that I sent you?
no, but I need to. My sister sent me one too that I haven't. I posted it on my Facebook. That was so funny. She sent me the funniest short. I'll have to show you later with Pug. It's so funny. Um, Jen, there is a Jennifer says hi. My friend Jennifer, not my sister Jennifer. My sister Jennifer's never here.
Hello, doggies.
They are such daddy's kids. They literally are just like, I love you, but okay, if
Yeah,
he feeds me, I love him more.
yeah.
They're the best, and I love the fact that they love him more because they glom and sleep on top of him. Actually, I'll show you a photo. It's ridiculous. Several photos, but it's literally ridiculous how they just, I must be closer. And the newest trick that Pugsley is doing, he'll get off the bed so that he can go around so that James will pick him up so he can get closer. Um, this is just, come on. Oh, let me just do a better picture. Better photo. Better photo. There, that's a good photo. This is poor James's everyday, every night life. This is what happens. This is how he sleeps. They just kind of, and they sit on top of each other. My sister's a teacher. She talks for a living. Um, this is the bag I did not buy at. It's the cute tiny little bucket bag that's all the crystals on it from Coach. It was 70% off.
Where was that?
Cute Coach, but I didn't buy it. James said it was too small. I'm like, okay, you're right. And I told you Saturday I went out and had dinner. We had pot roast, and that is German dumpling. So I think it's a potato flour dumpling. Um, we went to this really cool
Yeah,
restaurant.
that sounds right.
Yeah. And then Friday night, we had gone out to have pizza with his brother. So that's who we were with when that's James's brother when when his mom passed. Like they had just gotten back from the hospital, and we were just talking because we didn't know. They said 24
Right.
hours. I don't think she's gonna make it. So you kind of do your best. And then his his aunt was like, "Well, were you there when she passed?" I'm like, no, because we didn't know when she was passing. It's just when her heart stopped. It's a guess. It's not a science. It's like we, based on the science, we think she has 24 hours. She had 12. From when they said that. Less than
Matt's dad is, of course, back in the hospital too. So I guess
twelve.
it's the season
Mm-hmm.
for us, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He said something nutty, for him. He said that when he gets better, he wants to go to Disney World, and that we Matt told me that, and I'm just like, what?
Do you know
It's
what?
not even his personality at all.
A couple months ago, 2 months ago, actually, his mother said, "In 2 months, I'm going to be home." And in a roundabout way, she is correct. She
Right.
will be home.
She
She is
timed it.
home, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, oh my goodness, because she's religious. She's Episcopalian, and um, she is home. So it's kind of really, uh, it's like, wow. This is what I don't like. This is why I think people who can see ahead or have this, you know, they can read cards and auras or whatever they can do. I don't think that's a gift. I think that's a curse. It's like, yeah, I don't want that. I want to know not. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I'm going to ask, and then I'm going to give you people that are still here time to answer. Do you want to hear another OR story?
You had me laughing so hard. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Cherry blossoms.
Beautiful. The pink ones.
For me in my head, Grace, I was confused. I thought you were either getting a Kelly from Hermes or another what were we just talking about? The big British
Um,
bags.
mulberry.
The mulberry. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about the cherry blossoms or anything like that.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, so you want to hear
What do you
another
want
OR
to
story.
hear?
All right. All right. I just picked one. I thought about it a little earlier and I'm like, well, just tell this one. Yeah, the Bayswater. um, okay. Back in the day, 25, 30 years ago. This is why I can tell these stories. They're so old, these people aren't even around anymore. But I used to work in a hospital sort of out in the country. But it was a very small town here in Florida. And nowadays, when you do a cystoscope, and what a cystoscope is when we put a scope in your urethra to look in your bladder for bladder cancer, bleeding, things like that. And nowadays, there's a camera that snaps on there, and you look up at a tower. But that's not how it used to be. It used to be that the doctor would just put his eye at the end of the scope as it goes up the urethra. So his face is like in the, let's
Close.
just say, the prepped area of the patient. And in order to facilitate a cystoscope, you have to keep the bladder full of fluid so it's inflated so that you can see. So one of the big jobs of the nurse is constantly keeping those fluid bags changed. And it's a lot of fluid, and it runs in the bladder and out and in the bladder and out. It doesn't stay because there's no way to seal it. So one of our docs had this big mutton chop mustache, right? Now, because urology is a clean procedure because we're going in through a mucous membrane and not cutting a patient open. It's considered a clean procedure, not a sterile procedure. So you don't have to wear a mask in that room. But the urologist usually did because the water, of course, would run down off that scope coming out of the bladder and follow the scope down, and it would run and hit their mask and run down. But one doctor didn't wear a mask, and he was the one with this mustache. And every once in a while we were doing cases with him, we could hear him go. So he was dating one of the nurses up in the ICU because he was single. He was divorced. And he was dating one of the nurses up in the ICU. Now, I was a scrub tech back then. I wasn't a nurse. But anyway, one of the nurses in the OR knew her, and she told her. The next day, he came in with no mustache. Gross. I can't hear you. Oh, there you are.
Because I was laughing. I was like, why could he not wear a why would he not like really just wear a mask, dude? Oh, he deserved to get yeah.
All right. So I wanted to be
Shame.
sure to share that one. There's so many, but I because they happen to me, sometimes I'm like, it's no big deal to me. It's like it's something I've always, so I have to sit and think, oh yeah, what would be funny to other people that these people do. But anyway,
That's
now
funny.
we have
That's funny.
cameras.
In a horrifying way, that is funny.
It's so gross. But FYI, urine is considered sterile. If it gets into a sterile field, it doesn't have anything in it that can cause an infection if it's healthy urine. And the water or saline that was going in is also sterile. So I'll try to think of one, Ronnie, but I need to write them down so that I can think of. What are we looking at? Dog warts?
Yes, if
Hufflepug.
dogs were yes, the pugs are
Southern
Hufflepug,
Pinscher.
but yep, the
Griffin
Ravenclaw
Corgi.
is yep,
Spaniel.
Spaniel. I think these are pretty accurate. if your Griffin, if your Hogwarts house was a dog, you know. Have you ever met a Pinscher? They're very smart. Doesn't help alleviate a jellyfish. The urine. I think that's an old wives' tale.
Well, it
urine.
depends. It's not really the urine so much as the ammonia in it. Ammonia relieves stings. So you remember, Jackie, do you remember? I don't know if you remember this or not, but the drugstores used to sell a little pen thing and it used to be called like Bite something.
Oh yeah.
Like Bite. You rub it on bites.
Mm-hmm.
All that was ammonia. You could smell it and know all that was ammonia. They were selling really expensive, like little tubes of ammonia called Off Bite. Yes, Off Bite. Yeah, but if you go buy a 99-cent jug of ammonia, you could have done the same thing with a cotton ball. Yeah. That's why they didn't sell very long.
What do you use ammonia for other than a glass cleaner?
Clean. I love the smell of ammonia. I don't have any right now.
I never buy it because we always use Clorox before. Now I don't use Clorox or ammonia. I use vinegar.
I use vinegar too. My kitchen smells like vinegar every time I'm done cleaning. Okay. Well, Jackie, it's almost an hour and a half. Sorry to keep you up.
I'm going to bed, y'all. It was fun.
Very famous painting restorer told me very good cleaner to clean old paintings. Oil is spit. Well, it's probably, that makes sense.
We We didn't solve any problems, but we talked, we vented. I got over my FOMO, I hope. I hope I can. I think I've fallen out of love a little bit with the Louis Vuitton bags because the price tag's so high, but I've
Yeah.
fallen into love with the perfume, which is not good because the price tag is so high. But
You're not
I'm
allowed to buy
so
perfume.
glad.
You know that.
I know James told me I'm not allowed to buy perfume, which is why Lori is sending me free samples. Thank you, Lori. And I think Winnie has sent me some too. Thank you, Winnie.
Okay. I am glad
Bye,
everybody
guys.
came and have a very, very good night. And if you want to give suggestions, and like I've said, everybody's invited to come on. Just text Jackie or text me. Most of you have our number. Or hook up on IG. Good night. Bye, Jackie.